I'm back. A couple thousand years later. Um, so to begin where I left off, like with the new financial systems, any banks needing any assets or any of this, that is not going to be required as well. So it's going to free up, um, housing for everyone, and the whole monetary and economic system is going to change. Um, These things, what I mentioned, they're so simple and they can occur overnight. And again, it's the control of money that has suppressed humanity, and it is the control of money that we're here to break and change the ridiculous, nonsensical way that it was controlled and used as a suppressive, uh, unjust way upon others, creating hardship and misery by actually depriving the access to all from it. And so these things are not going to occur in the future. So the whole planet is under very extreme, immense change. It's happening very rapidly. Don't ask me for a time frame, but I can give you all these near future things. So again, it's all with the money, and when that control of the money is changed to the way it is, it's going to uh, create also a huge shift for humanity forward. Now, this doesn't mean that everyone don't have to work. While you're having a human experience here, you have things to, grow food and some other things here temporarily to keep yourself going. Now, however, one of the questions like come up the other day about everyone just can't stop working, society will shut down. Well, if you look at the unemployment figures in the world, they are extremely high. They're above what your governments actually give you. Like in the US, the real figure is probably maybe I'm guessing 23 percent of the population. What you have when you began just sharing a little bit of the work and working lesser hours, because you're only going to be putting your focus upon the essentials, what you need in this now. So you don't need all of these manufacturing things and all of this. Everything is like your 3D printers are already there. You have such efficient means at doing things with also with this other technology that is likened to replicators, if you will. Some have used that term. So everything's going to transition here very quickly, and it's not there. There are no perceived problems, only just infinite solutions to anything you can imagine. And when you have the higher consciousness in the places of uh, in the near term, in the places of leadership or what have you, then you're employing all your technology into the areas. You are creating the prosperous, harmonious place for every being, every human that's on here. So things are going to change very quickly with that. What we're doing, you got to get the bad guys out of there that didn't want that, that's suppressing all of this and in humanity. And again, we're right back. That's what this is about. It's happening. They lost in 2012, and no, we're setting this all up, and it's imminent and it's happening. And one thing, I'm not given any timelines on this, but I, as a creator, can see it can be put here in these timelines in the blink of an eye, and it can. It's that easy, and it's that simple, and all you need is um, ones with the intent to do it. They don't even need a super consciousness or have an elevated consciousness. They only need the morals and the ethical approach and common sense to cure so many of the world's problems. So that's how easy it is to do. Just be competent and do it. And it's about assisting your fellow man and sharing. It's not about taking all of their money or being greedy and taking money, for yourselves, as we all know. I'm getting kind of 4D with that, but anyways, so great. So, everything can be fixed in the blink of an eye. The knowledge is here to do that. We just need to take out what was stopping and preventing that, which was the darkness, the puppets of the elite, and anyone connected to that. And also, we cannot leave out the energetics as well, with the satanic cults and the pedophiles, and also the role that the Vatican and the British monarch played in so many sickening things with this, which is going to be all uncovered as well during this revelation period. So cool. With that, this time I don't believe any. Don't know where my comments are at. It says they're loading. Just hasn't showed up. Ah, there they are. Ah, I got a green alien Timothy put on there. Woo! And hey, Nicole, I'll scroll down the comments. They just came here now. Hey, Maria. She says, love for Marshall and Maria. I love both you as well. See you soon, I believe, I think, but things keep changing, so we'll see what occurs. Donald, Don Herman, my friend, and say hi to Marge for me, please. Uh, Don Herman, he's a beautiful friend, and his wife Marge, and he's from out in Alberta near Drayton Valley, and many years ago they have it on video where they had a crop circle in their in a field next to their house. So I believe some university students come over, took readings, high radiation, and lots of stuff. So lots of cool people in this, and much love to you, Dawn and Marge, and so many stories. So I'm going to scroll down, see what we got, any comments, and may cut this short. Looking soon like supper time for I. Bobby Love says, blessings to all in these miraculous times. Indeed, I concur, and thank you so much, Bobby. Okay, so any questions on the activating of the Marines and having everyone on standby, and maybe the RV coming through, banks getting cashed up? I'll take a few questions, and then I will go. Oh, and the last, I believe they're putting a time limit, perhaps. The last video, it was probably around 50 some minutes, and it just shut it right off. So there may be a time frame on it, and I love that, because when I get on here I ramble anyway and stay on a little bit, perhaps longer than I would like to. However, everything is divinely perfect, right? So we don't do any wrong when you're always acting from the heart. Everything you do is perfect, as we know. And we have the script written beforehand. Tim Royston says comments here are blocked. No, they're not. I read yours. Seems like they might have been blocked there first, Tim, because as I said, I didn't see any. So just to let you know, they're not blocked now. At least I'm seeing them. And, as I said, with the censorship by ones like YouTube, Facebook, or whatever, all that will is stopping. It cannot go on the way it was. They are committing huge crimes at concealing truths from the public, from the people. And any of you will see that Trump has already uh, initiated at least measures in that area to assure that things like this and what we put out to assist the people are not censored. So we're taking it back. And Heather Dawn Wood says, did you say RV? Yes, I did. And Father tells me, Heather, again, the RV is imminent and I'm being fully open. I wanted to jump that timeline and get to the place where money was, there was also uh, the access of money was equal. There was no wealth disparity. However, it's a transitional process, what I'm told. So the RV will put all currencies upon the planet to par. That's part of what the RV is. But during the course of that, many of these devalued currencies now become so rich they need to be honored. Any bonds and currencies uh, to, for the most degree, that have not been taken out of a circulation, or don't hold me particular on this, but the main thing is these bonds and currencies uh, need to be honored to the full value of which they are when they go back to par. And what that does, it creates a huge influx of cash for those bond holders and uh, currency holders to whatever degree that it is going to be, which is very impressive. So that's basically the RV, which is going to occur, and with that, many of the light community holds, these bonds and these currencies, and they've been divinely directed to get those as part of their divine mission here to assist with the transition as well. And with these RVs, some of these large bondholders and what have you, uh, they needed to prepare projects and have what you could call a sort of a business plan, but not a business plan, a procedure of, they call them business plans, but the word business may not apply in the future, but they have plans of what they will do to assist humanity, with these monies, like perhaps drilling a well immediately in an African village where they need water, for example, all these humanitarian projects, but also in the lines of greenhouses and growing produce and constructing more organic ways and places to do this. So there's so much, and also a lot of it will be introduced into uh, a lot of the technology that was here in patents to begin to get that out there as well. And it's the new age technology and many cool things with it. So it does a lot, and things are going to happen very rapidly. You're going to have RV, prosperity packages, transition of the monetary system. I'm not giving any chronological order how this is all going to occur. I do know it's going to occur very quickly and that it's imminent. And I learned, says, so we get to be Robin Hoods before Jacera. Well, a well, I guess we will see how this how this turns out. But you know, Jacera and Nacera, whatever you may wish to go to, yeah, Jacera is the global one. Yeah. So and Nacera would be the national one. So yeah, you know, these are tied to basic incomes and really the securities, what your constitutions were supposed to secure. So again, that will be a step, but we're actually not Robin, where you say we're Robin Hoods, we're actually just taking back what you created. It's already yours. So you're not stealing it from the rich. It's yours. You're entitled to it. So we're just doing what's fair and just. So, you know, the huge oligarchs that were part of the elite, they had been given choices, you know, to begin to relinquish the funds and share it or hold on to what they had, and it would be, let's say, distributed to them in the near term. But once we get this all straightened up, it doesn't matter. Everyone will have access to the wealth. So we'll see what goes on with that without giving away too much of what's occurring. Linda, yeah, she was saying she lives in Saskatchewan near Regina. She says, the sunset where I live in Canada is pink in west sky and violet in the east. Yeah, beautifulness. Woo! It was so violet here last night, and very important because, you know, and very quickly, the violet flame is associated to Saint Germain, and also it's associated to the trust funds as well. And a big part of Saint Germain and the Saint Germain Trust is connected to the U.S. And having said this, it's a timely and very beautiful sight to divinely see the purple skies and much more. And as we know, you know, the Saint Germain is also an ascended master as well. And, you know, let's say this time would not be complete without having Saint Germain here to join in the party. So, you know, I'd say that's one indication, that's one of Saint Germain's signs that, let me say, I feel Saint Germain is incarnated in a physical vessel here at this time, and I know none of us wanted to miss the show, right? So you got to have all of us here, and for where I'm at, all of the ascended masters are here at this time in physical vessels. Tim Royston, he says it's not operational on his end. Anyhow, it's don't know what's going on there, Tim. Uh, but I suggest for some of you that have not been getting my post in the past to periodically check the feed, because some have said notifications when I put a post out, you weren't getting any. So perhaps just check the feed. And uh, we are in important times that if you're on, you know, this on the internet, social media, yeah, keep in touch with someone to keep up to date and informed uh, on what's going on is what I suggest. But we always follow our guidance, and you always see what you need to do anyway. Tim Royston there, your comment come through that time. He said the Sheriff of Nottingham stole it from the people in the first instance. Yeah, that's right. That's what occurred. But yeah, but you know, the Sheriff of Nottingham was only one in a few officers, and the people are many, so no contest. You know, it's when the people stand together, yeah, it's nothing that a few can do about that. And this is all for the intent, for the good of all. And while we're doing this, even if a resistance from uh, the government or whatever comes towards the people, it's so blatant and it's so nonsensical when people see that a government would attack ones that are here to assist the people and to put us in harmony and love and no um, to do all this is just so ludicrous, and they just reveal more to themselves. So, what it's all about. Okay. Rose Sunset in Ontario. Thanks, Leslie. Beautiful. And Jody Frietta says, I love Saint Germain. I do too. Woo, we all do. I'm going to call this pretty well the end. So, with that, I love you all. And we got namaste and I love peace, that, and lots of winks because, yes, there's more to come behind those winks, as we know. Kiss, and I love you all, and thank you, and woohoo! It's happening. We're in those most auspicious times. So, uh, hold the light as light keepers and whatever we need to do in this, and let's see what occurs. So I love you and thank you, and we'll see you soon. Have a beautiful evening, morning, day, noon, night, whatever it may be. Love you and catch you later. Bye now.